to Nehemiah. Nehemiah chapter 6. Now last week I taught about building the wall. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
Amen. Last week we taught on the wall is being built, don't come off. And this week God told me to continue this thing about the wall. And so we're going to continue it as a segment 2. Amen?
Amen.
And so we're going to Nehemiah chapter 6. Amen?
Amen.
And when you have it, say amen. If you don't, say hold up, please.
Hold on. Hold up.
Amen.
Amen. Chapter 6. Nehemiah chapter 6.
Amen.
Amen. Y'all got it?
Yes.
Say amen.
Amen.
Amen. Okay. Sanballat, Tobiah, and Geshem, the Aram, and the rest of our enemies found out that we had finished building the wall and that no gaps remained. Though we had not yet set up the doors in the gate. So Sanballat and Geshem sent a message asking me to meet them at one of the villages in the plain of Uno. But I realized that they were plotting to harm me. So I replied by sending them this message. I am engaged in a great work, and I can't come. Why should I stop working to come and meet with you? Amen. Let me stop right here. The name of this message is, the wall is going up anyhow, so beat it.
Oh.
Amen. The wall is going up anyhow, so beat it. And so what was going on here is that Nehemiah, in spite of all the obstacles that were coming his way, and in spite of the threats that were being made by the people that didn't want him to build the wall, Sanballat and Tobiah, they were the ones who first started. But after they got through seeing that Nehemiah, they got to other people to gang up with them. And so what was going on here is the enemy was realizing that no matter what he or she did, nothing could stop what God had already called. And nothing that stopped what God was going to do for the wall and for the people of Jerusalem. And so no matter what Sanballat, no matter what Tobiah was trying to do, no matter how many people they got to band together to come up against Nehemiah, Nehemiah was determined to do what God had called him to do. And so what they tried to do was in this verse, was trying to really like trick him into coming off the wall. You know how many people you setting on the right path. You're on the right path. You know you're ready to do this thing. And you know in your heart of hearts, I am ready to do this thing. I want to live right. I want to live holy. I'm going to stay on this wall that Pastor talking about. I'm going to pray. I'm going to seek God. I'm going to do everything I can to live right. How many know that as soon as you make up your mind, the enemy going to send messengers?
Yes.
See, he'll send a messenger of Satan to buffet you. That's what Paul said. And so what they did was they started sending messages. They started leaving messages. They start calling and texting. We're going in this world right here. Okay? And so what the enemy will do, he'll start sending people out of the blue to text you. Because you're building a wall, right? He'll send people out of the blue to call you. You ain't seen them in a long time. All of a sudden you'll see them somewhere. All of a sudden you'll get a message. And you know, I seen such and such. They said, call me. They said, call them. And you know what I'm saying? And what Nehemiah was saying was, you know what? You ain't worth my time. But Nehemiah was saying, you ain't worth me coming off of what God has called me to. I don't care who you send, who you tell, I ain't got time for it. I'm too busy. And so what we need to do as a people of God is tell the people that's trying to take us from where we supposed to be going to God, I ain't got time for it. Sometimes you got to shut your cell phone off. Sometimes you got to cut it off. Not just shut it off, cut it off. Change your number. Change your whole MO. Because sometimes we become predictable.
Right.
And so when you're predictable, see, they knew where Nehemiah was. They knew Nehemiah was on the wall. And a lot of people know where we are in God. They know where we're going. They see where we're going. And so what they do is they send the enemy to try to tear you off and tear you out your square of what God called you to do. Amen? And so what he was telling them, basically he was telling them, beat it. You know what I'm saying? Beat it. I ain't got time. And so, we gonna go. He said, but I realized they were plotting to harm me. You know what I'm saying? You got so many people out here that's jealous of the call on your life, jealous of who God called you to be, jealous of who you are. Just like I said, I always say this, jealous of your swag, jealous of how you carry yourself, jealous of how you hoop, jealous of how you walk, jealous of how you got your hair done, whatever. And they really come to do you harm. But they'll laugh and grin in your face and act like, everything all right. You my buddy. You my boy. You my girl. I love you. But really all the time they plotting to come up against you. And we have to be careful who we allow to come back into our circle. Amen?
Amen.
Amen? Because they know we're building a wall over here. They know that God has called a great thing over here. And they know that we're going to stay no matter what. And we have been in some obstacles. And the enemy has been coming in here like a whirlwind trying to tear this ministry down. But we determined to stay on the wall. We're going to fight to the death. Amen? Amen. Amen. And so listen. And so he asked him, he said, so I replied by sending this message to them. I am engaged in a great work, so I can't come. Why should I stop working to come down to meet you? 4 times they sent the same message. Over and over again. See, when the enemy wants you, they don't give up that easy. When the devil is sending somebody to try to trap you, trick you, and mess you all up, they don't give up that easy. And don't be fooled and think, well, maybe it's God. Or maybe God wants them in my life. And maybe maybe they're coming back to get saved. Maybe if God separated you from that thing, you better stay away from it. Don't think if God pulled that person from you for a reason, because they already started out coming up against you. Amen. And sometimes God will separate people if he is afraid that somebody will hurt you. So what he'll do is he'll put separation there. Before he'll allow them to cause you to fall, he'll bring separation. And so what happened was, this man, he said, they asked me 4 times. He said after the 4 times, I gave him a reply. The 5th time, let me take it off. Each time, I gave the same reply. I ain't coming off. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you say. I ain't coming off. No matter what you do, what you say, I ain't coming off this wall. And so the 5th time, Sanballat servant came with an open letter in their hand. And this is what it said. There's a rumor among the surrounding nations of Geshem. It tells me, tell me if this is true, that you and the Jews are planning to rebel, and that is why you are building a wall. According to his reports, you plan to be their king. He also reports that you have appointed prophets in Jerusalem to proclaim about you. Look, there is a king in Judah. You can be very sure that this report will get back to the king. So I suggest that you come and talk to us. See, now what's going on is the enemy is starting to send attacks. He's starting to bring rumors. And see, it's certain things It's attacks, certain different attacks that the enemy sends. I'm going to say some of them. Sometimes the enemy will send attacks